Hey friends, my name is Leslie Tucker, better known as A Reseller's Passion. Thank you for coming to my channel and hanging out with me. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that you will continue to stop by and spend time with me. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give me a big thumbs up for this video and consider hitting the bell for future videos. And also maybe consider joining my group. There's a join button. I think maybe bam, I'll put it right over there next to the subscribe button. I know it's going to be bloopers all the way through, but consider joining my membership group. We're going to be having a lot of fun. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about setting goals for 2021 in your reselling business. Have you set any goals? Do you use a planner? Do you think that far ahead? Well, today let's talk about it simplistically. Look, we're just hanging out. You know me. You know me. So stay tuned. Okay, so if you've been hanging out with me for a while, you already know that I'm big on setting goals. I don't want to mess with the camera, otherwise I would give you a tour of my office. But if you go back, there are several videos that talk about my motivating office, my motivating quotes, and all those things. I am really big on setting goals, writing down schedules, basically writing my vision, and creating my own dream life. I have dream boards, vision boards, all kinds of things. And if you've never thought about setting goals for yourself, now is the time. Today is November 30th, last day of November, and you could start now by setting goals for either December 2020 or better yet, 2021. Goals are different than resolutions. I don't set resolutions. I don't believe in that because you set them and they're unattainable. When you set goals, you can set yearly goals, you can set monthly goals, you can set quarterly goals, you can just set weekly goals. I work really well with monthly, weekly, and daily goals. They keep me focused. Now, I do kind of have like things that I want to accomplish in the whole course of the year. 2020, some of those things didn't work out very well because they involved a lot of traveling, but I accomplished a lot of my goals and more things that I hadn't even considered. So that's why I wanted to talk to you about goals, because there are probably things that you haven't even thought about, right? You've never thought about maybe taking your talents and turning them into a business, right? So you say, how does that have to do with reselling? Well, your reselling business can set the foundation for some other things you may want to consider. Okay, I'll be reading off my list. I don't have like a nice teleprompter in front of me. Nothing fancy here. My regular lights going on because it's rainy here in the state of Delaware and it's chilly. That's why I have on this nice jacket. And you know I'm bald, so I keep a hat on most of the time. So a lot of the times when I'm making videos, I'm kind of chilly through them. So I said, you know what, today I'm just going to all out just be me and not make a big deal out of it. Okay, so let's start setting goals for 2021. Very simple. Really think about some of the things that you want to accomplish. You can actually think about some of the goals that you set for last year or this current year that we're still living in, things that you weren't able to attain or able to achieve or able to finish, and write those down and start focusing on 2021. So really think about some things and write them all down. Now, once you write them all down, think about, can you achieve these goals? Because that's what happens when people have these grand goals. One, it'll be goals that they haven't even done any work for, right? So right now we're in the reselling business, so I'm talking about goals for reselling. You're just getting started, so your goal for 2021, and you've probably only sold about 20 things, and now your goal is to make $50,000 this year. I'm not saying it's not possible, but keep some goals realistic so they can be attainable. And then as you reach each level, then keep increasing your goals and pushing yourself. And I hope that makes sense. We get overwhelmed by things that we want to do, but then what happens is we get frustrated when we can't do them, so we quit altogether. So just Create goals that are attainable. And I'm not saying easy, but goals as you know that you can possibly reach. Okay, so think about it, write it down. Definitely keep like a planner or something. I have a planner that I use every single day. I use the Passion Planner daily, and then I have a Passion Planner monthly. The Passion Planner monthly was given to me. That's how I started my Passion Planner journey, but I don't use it as much because it's like a really big calendar and it's just month, and you can come in and write some things. But with this daily, I like it because it's like extra papers that I can write in on the side. I write notes every single day, and it's literally my daily calendar here, my time slot, and then all the things that I want to accomplish. So consider getting yourself a planner. If you're interested in a Passion Planner, I'll leave my affiliate link down in the comments. But this has been a game changer because normally I walk around with like a clipboard, and I was able to kind of retire my clipboard. So I write everything down. Now for my daily goals, what I do, I prefer daily goals, but I will write some little, goals far out as a month. And that's like for my YouTube channel, content that I want to create, or people I'm going to have on for my podcast, that thing you want to definitely, I'm trying to fill up the calendar. So I will have longer goals for those things. But for daily goals, I write down probably about 5 things, and I try to focus on the top 3 things. I write down the most important things first and try to work on them. If I can get 5 things done in a day, that is fabulous. But if I can get the 3 top things done, man, I've won. I've won for the day. So again, writing down the attainable goals and getting definitely a planner or something that you can keep with you. You can even have, like, when I worked in kitchens, I'm a professional baker by trade, so I would have a little tiny pocket notebook pad that I could stick in the back of my pocket or the front pocket of my apron with a pen, and I could write down notes. And it's for me because I'm older, so my memory, but when I worked in kitchens years ago, I was still in my 30s. So it's just a way just to kind of keep you on track. And again, pick your goals and focus on them. So if you have your 5 goals, let's just talk daily, just go down and accomplish each one. You can only accomplish one goal at a time. So focus on that until it's completely done. So for reselling, if you have a daily goal of listing 5 items, make sure you do that first, right? So maybe you've taken photos of 40 things during the course of the week. You've stuck them in drafts. Now is your opportunity to list 5 a day. If you've prepared ahead of time, there's no way that you shouldn't be able to list. Maybe you want to source 3 times a week. That's a goal. Set that goal and stick with it. Create habits for yourself. If you want to grow your business, you have to do this. People ask me all the time how I get so many things done. I write things down, but then I don't overwhelm myself with a 20 item list. I focus on the 5, and then if I can get the 3 done, it's exciting. And if I can get the 5 done, again, I've won, right? Consider, in terms of reselling, consider adding or subtracting platforms. If you only sell on Poshmark, maybe consider adding Macari. Maybe consider adding eBay. Maybe pick yourself up a cross listing platform that will help you cross list to these other platforms. I use List Perfectly, and I'll put my affiliate in the bottom. You get 30% off for the first month. It doesn't hurt to try. That's what I did. I started in September, and I said, let me give it a try, because there were platforms that I really didn't want to sell on because I sell specific, like unique. I have a whole lot of vintage, and I didn't want to sell vintage on Poshmark because I tried it and it wasn't moving. And I let eBay go for a while, but I said, you know what? I'm paying for this cross listing platform. Let me just see if I cross list about 5 items a day, if that'll help. And bam, from Etsy to eBay, I've been selling multiple days vintage items and bags and different things. So consider adding a platform. If you have too many platforms and you're overwhelmed, consider subtracting. Don't be afraid to do that. I currently have Depop. I used to sell really well on Depop in 2018, but Depop hasn't grown with me. I had given it up for a while, and I just picked it up again for like I started in July. Here we are, it's the end of November. and things really aren't selling. I've sold literally 2 items since July or something. And I'm like, yeah, it doesn't make any sense for me to hold on to it. So at the end of December, and I give myself till December 31st, I will start deleting the apps that do not function or meet my business structure. Okay. So don't be afraid to do that. You don't have to hold on. You have to really be honest with yourself and think about what's working and what's not working. Doesn't that make sense? Let's see. This is a big one. This is like what has been a game changer for me. Increase your social media content. So if you're currently on Instagram, you can use all of everything that Instagram brings to you: stories, reels, IGTV, of course, posts. Yes, so all of those, use them. Make contacts in your DMs. Really use social media for your benefit. I use Pinterest, I use Twitter. Create a separate content calendar and use that calendar and break it down where you want to post every day. I would say post several times a week on Instagram. I post every single day on Instagram. It's a strategic move. Even if it's a photo of myself, when you click on that photo, there's a story or something in there, and then I have a call to action. Your call to action is you're leaving the person with a question. So you've talked about your day or whatever, everything that you've done. Then the call to action can be simple as asking the person, what are you doing today? How was your day? Do you do A, B, C, and D? Create polls on your stories. Ask questions on your stories. That's a way to find out what your audience wants. Okay, so use social media to the benefit. Pinterest is a game changer. I have a video here that you can check out on how to use Pinterest. I also have a Pinterest ebook. I will leave the link again in the comments. I have a lot going on, so I'm teaching you or talking about things that I am currently already doing. It's so simple, we don't have to overthink it. Let's see. YouTube channel. Consider starting a YouTube channel. I never thought that I could, have a channel. It was like not something that I really thought of, but here I am talking to you on a Reseller's Passion YouTube channel. If you're afraid to get in front of the camera, maybe start off small over at IGTV. And actually, if you have like 1,000 community members or followers, you have an audience already built in. So maybe start making a few videos over there. If they look good, you can start by just transferring those onto YouTube to get you started, and then start creating original content from YouTube. Okay, and the other thing you want to do is try something new. And most of the people who are coming to my YouTube channel are resellers. I create, to me, reseller content, but a lot of basic everyday content: how to use Instagram, how to use Pinterest, how to use Facebook, how to create a shop in Facebook. I talk about like my lifestyle and all kinds of things. So what I'm doing is I'm actually taking things that I'm good at and I'm turning them into content. So how about if you do that? You can turn it into a new business, or you can turn it into content. So you have to decide what you're good at. I already know what I'm good at. I'm good at baking. So years ago, I went to work in cafes. I didn't study. I didn't go to the culinary school. I stayed at home with my children for 8 years. And then when my youngest was going to kindergarten, I had to decide, okay, now I got to go back to life. So I applied to work in a cafe. I became a baker. And when I needed some extra money, I'm like, well, I'm already baking. How about if I start a baking business? Right. Then I said, oh, I've been crocheting for 25 years. How about if I start a crochet business? And that's what I did. I ran a successful crochet business for 10 years until carpal tunnel took over. So take your talents and create a business. If you don't want to have another business, you can create content and talk about it. If you're a musician, you can talk about musical notes. You can teach, play the guitar, play the piano. You can do all that by creating a YouTube channel, or by creating another page on Instagram and creating video content and posts and stories and reels and things like that. So take your talent, something you're good at, and put that out there. Write ebooks. I already know about ebooks because I've already wrote two, written, produced, created. I have two ebooks, and I'm working on some more things. I'm not that 2021, I'm all the goals that I'm talking to you about, I'm already working on them for myself. So write an ebook. Again, if you have a talent, if you're super wonderful at reselling, write a reselling book. I have a reselling book, this reseller survival guide. Again, the link is a clickable link down in the comments. And if you're on your laptop or computer, right up the top, there's a little curly arrow that points you right to my ebook. You click on it, and then there's my ebook. Okay, so write an ebook or create digital products. You can create one sheets. If it's something that you're good at, like creating planners, or if you can create stickers, if you knit or crochet, you can write patterns. If you're a musician, you can create music. So it's all kinds of digital content that you can create. Step out of it. And the last thing that I want to say is not even about like goals or whatever, but it's all about, and actually it could be a goal for you, because for me, it's a goal continually every day. And that's stepping outside of your comfort zone, doing some things that you wouldn't otherwise thought of, or doing things that you, do the thing that you think that you cannot do. And that's my daily quote that I live by. It's Eleanor Roosevelt. It's all around my room. And it's like every single day, it's like, what should I do today? You know what I should do today? The thing that I should do today is the thing that I think that I can't do, that I'm most afraid of, the thing that probably will bring me embarrassment, the thing that I don't think I'm going to grow from. And I'm proof positive that if I do the thing that I think that I cannot do, that I can grow and that I can find success. I found you. I found YouTube. I found Instagram. All the success is because in January 2019, I stepped out of my comfort zone. I sat in this very chair and I created my first YouTube video. And I started off by saying, "Hi, my name is Leslie Tucker." And from there, I talked about who I was, what I was looking for, and the rest is history. And this community was born. So just step out of your comfort zone, write your list, set your goals. You can do it. Write a plan for yourself, and not just don't just write the plan, implement the plan. Write yourself a step by step, write yourself a little guidebook, step by step guidebook, and follow it. And the last thing that I want to say is have fun doing it. That's the key. Have fun doing it. I have fun. The days that I get stressed and it's overwhelming, I step aside from the one task and then I go and do something that I have fun with. And the cool thing about having fun is I have created other businesses because I want to have fun. In May of 2020, I started a tie-dye bleaching business, which then set me up for a new Etsy store, which is making me money. I'm going to be packing some packages today just from that. I'm having fun with it. So have fun no matter what you do. Try to have a smile on your face every single day. And also, if you have a skill set that is bringing joy to you, share it with someone else because it may bring joy to them. You don't know who you can help just with a smile, just with a word, just with a piece of advice. Thank you, friends.